I want to perhaps change your idea of what it means to take care of the next generation. I'm Jessica Lanning, and I'm an independent certified financial planner. And this is one of my favorite stories. So I was listening to this financial planning colleague talking, and he was saying how when he gets on an airplane, if he wants to shut down the conversation with the stranger sitting next to him, he'll just tell him that he sells life insurance for a living. And that usually ends things. But in one particular case, this stranger looked at him and said, "Oh, well, I've bought plenty of life insurance. My kids are taken care of." And the colleague of mine looked at him and said, "Well, have you taught them how to manage that money?" And the man said, "No." And then the colleague said, "Then you've robbed them." And I think this is a really important story about how if you have built up a bunch of wealth and you have worked hard in your life, or even if you've inherited wealth, there are skills around managing money that I want to make sure that you're passing down. Those are important traits because otherwise that money's going to land in hands that doesn't know how to manage money, and it will be gone in a very short period of time. So I'm often working with the adult children of my clients to make sure that they've done some really basic things to get themselves started in life financially so that when money does land in their lap, they do responsible things with it. So for instance, I'll make sure that their estate planning is in place. If they're going to be a beneficiary of a trust, I will make sure that they know what that means and who the trustee is and what the rules are. I'll ask them if they've thought about their own financial goals and if they have started putting savings plans in place. Do they have an investment account? Do they understand what they're investing in? If they want to do socially responsible investing, do they understand what that's really about? I also will ask them if they had any kind of charitable intent and if they want to make sure that they're honoring those intentions. And I'll ask them things about whether or not they're a member of an LLC or a partnership, whether that's something that their family has created or something that they're involved in at work, so they can start to understand what it means to be a member of an LLC or a partnership or be a beneficiary. All of these aspects of their financial lives are super important for them to take responsibility for their own financial well-being. And that's really what you're wanting to pass down to your kids more often than not. It's not just the money. So make sure those things are taken care of and that you are teaching your kids along the way, particularly your adult children. And always bring in your tax professional, bring in your financial planning professional, because they can help clarify even where you're unclear and make sure that that next generation is actually really well cared for. I'm Jessica Lanning. Lanning does planning.